2023 has arguably been one of the best years in video games, with a ton of releases, scoring well above 90 on Metacritic, and while in terms of video game quality it's true, the medal of course always has two sides, and for some, 2023 it was one of the worst years in this industry, with over 10,500 people in total losing their jobs over the last 12 months or so. One of the biggest being the Embracer Group, who are till this day in the middle of a restructuring, which cost over 900 people their jobs, and one of the most prominent ones being probably the closure of Volition Studios, who over the last 30 years were in charge of developing the Saints Row series, with the Fate reboot probably being one of the last few final nails in the coffin. One company that also went wild in terms of layoffs was Unity, who are the morbid champions of ripping people off their livelihoods, with 1165. But 2023 besides that has also been a pretty wild year for Unity, with them on the 12th of September, Unity announcing a new runtime fee policy. This became an absolute huge shitstorm, with people even finding out that John Riccitiello, week prior to this announcement, sold 2,000 stocks. If that isn't just more than a weird coincidence. If you don't know who John Riccitiello is, he was the guy, for example, who suggested to make people pay per reload in Battlefield. Unity on September 22nd released an open letter to the community trying to save as much face as possible. In October, then almost a month after all this happened, John Riccitiello left the company, and I personally now hope that John Riccitiello never finds a job in this industry ever again. Now, another CEO that finally left the video game company last year was Bobby Kotick from Activision Blizzard King, and this was a consequence of the Activision Blizzard King acquisition by Xbox, which after a long trial over the summer got finalized. In the heat of these trials in September, there were also leaks, the Xbox leaks. Now, initially nobody knew who leaked these documents, but a lot of evidence points to that Microsoft leaked those documents themselves. Weird. These initial documents revealed basically everything Xbox got planned for the next years, including a trash can design disguised as a console. Haven't they learned from Apple and their attempt at this design like a decade ago? These leaks also included games they wanted to bring to Game Pass. This list also included Baldur's Gate 3, which Microsoft titled a, quote, second-run Stadia PC RPG, and well, this aged not particularly well, and these leaks also included a amount of information regarding future games. Now, among these games is an Indiana Jones game, a Oblivion remaster, a Fallout 3 remaster, and a new Doom game. Now among these games, one game stood out like a sore thumb, just labeled licensed IP game, which right now is actually rumored to be a Mandalorian game. Dead Space remake started the year off strong. In March, Capcom followed with the Resident Evil 4 remake. Then in May, we had Tales of the Kingdom. In August, Baldur's Gate 3. In October, we had Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake 3. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of amazing games that released over the last 12 months. We of course also had gems in terms of worst games of the year. We have the Gollum game. We had the King Kong game. And the Walking Dead game, of course, and we of course also had the entire shitstorm with we of course had the entire shit that was going on with the day before, talking about this game's publisher shutting down a week later, and this month I think in just a couple days the game server is shutting down. So the biggest scam in video game history, maybe. Personally, I'm kind of in sabbatical in my personal life. I started finally doing YouTube regularly starting in October. Now I did of course have that break in the latter half of December, but I'm back, fully recharged and ready to continue on what I've started. 2023 on YouTube will probably go into the history as the year of the bad apology videos, with the ukulele apology video being possibly the worst of the year and definitely in the Hall of Fame alongside the dance apology video. And after all this, let's look into the future to 2024, and 2024 is kind of weird. 2024 feels kind of empty, at least so far. This January we have the Last of Us 2 remaster, also Tekken, and a new Like a Dragon game. In February we start with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which I'm a bit divided on. I love the Arkham games, and this is a direct sequel of that franchise. But on the other hand, there are the concerns about that this is a live service game, which I will be covering deeper on, I think, Saturday. We also have the Persona 3 remake, which I'm personally pretty hyped for, and after I played Persona 5 last year. And we also get possibly Skull and Bones, and honestly was in the beginning really hyped for the game, but Skull and Bones, as you might know, was originally planned as an expansion for Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is my favorite Assassin's Creed of all time, and possibly one of my favorite games in general. But nowadays I can't even describe on how unhyped I am for this game. But I mean, it's a pirate game, but you can't board other ships. Like, they took away 50% of what a pirate game should have, and this game will probably be a repetitive piece of shit and boring after 10 hours. And it's like the next Star Wars Jedi game didn't have the ability to use the Force. Now, over February, March, and April, we have some game releases, and after that, there's nothing confirmed to come out after that so far. Now, to be fair, there is a lot of games that are just scheduled to come out this year without a specific release date, but I don't think there's any Xbox or PlayStation exclusive announced so far. And I know there was the Xbox Developers Conference, and there were a couple games announced, so this is outdated because the script is older than this script is a week old. Okay, I was just procrastinating over the last week. Hey guys, I just found out the director of the conference, developers conference from Xbox is tomorrow. That wasn't last week. I thought that was last week. So yeah, it's tomorrow. Maybe we watch it together on stream. I don't know. Follow on Twitch. You might have heard the meme that 2024 is kind of a filler year with GTA 6. I mean, of course, coming out, with GTA 6 releasing, of course, in 2025, and most Marvel films, for example, being moved to 2025 as well. For hardware this year, there are rumors that we will see the intergenerational upgrades for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles, and possibly the Nintendo Switch too. We might even get a new Pokemon game for 2024 set in Johto, which could, as far as I know, be a Let's Go game, and even more possibly a Switch 2 launch title, with hopefully also a new Mario Kart. And I'm honestly really excited. I'm honestly really ready again for a new 3D Mario platformer. Now, for me personally, I want to grow my channel more and more, develop as a person as well as a content creator. Now, my first goal is 100 subs, but after that, I just want to grow in terms of video quality and then see in a year where I am as a creator, and of course with you guys. And now I also will go away from making a video every day because I feel more comfortable doing this once a week. This way I have time for research and editing those videos a bit more. Now, what's your opinion? What did you think of 2023? What's your expectation for 2024? Write it in the comments. Now, if you want to check out my social media, it's linked in the pinned comments or in the description. Leave a like if you like the video. If not, dislike it and subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Bye bye.